Welcome to the Building Doors Podcast, where we're not just pushing for opportunities for women's voices to be heard, we're creating them. I'm Christi, voiceover actor and creator of the Building Doors campaign. Join us as we amplify voices, break barriers, and build doors together.
Hi, I'm Christi Bowen, and I'm a door builder in the Building Doors campaign. My journey into voiceover started when I first got a job at the radio station at my college, which was the University of Florida. We had a 100,000-watt commercial FM station, not the normal college radio. I worked in the production department, and I enjoyed writing, producing, and voicing the spots that we were asked to create. I liked that way better than being a DJ. It basically gave me the opportunity to have fun, to write things, which I liked to do, and just play with different voices and just really experiment and have a great time. And hearing my voice on the radio on some of the commercials was way more exciting than realizing I was on the radio. But that's kind of what led me into voiceover. One of the things that happened was after I graduated college, I ended up in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm based, and I worked for the cable company at the time. Did the same thing I did at the radio station, I just added video to it. So I still got to voice many of the commercials. I was just adding, the editing part of the visuals as well as the audio. And that really helped me kind of figure out where I wanted to go. I did take a break from voiceover for a while. Well, kind of a break. I ended up kind of getting more into the video aspects of video production. I ended up working on a couple of big Hollywood movies. I worked on Galaxy Quest and Patch Adams. But then I decided to kind of come back home, not do the LA thing. And I ended up working for a company in Nashville called Film House, and we produced radio and television spots for American Forces Radio and Television Service, or AFRTS, and that kind of led me back into voiceover, mainly because I ended up voicing some of those spots, and as our contract was ending after 11 years of me working on it, I knew I didn't want to do video production anymore. I had just had my daughter, and she was young, and I didn't want 14-hour days on a set, and I didn't want to go into production anymore. I wanted a change. And the day my boss came in to tell me what my last day was going to be, I had 3 emails come in that I had been hired for voiceover, because at that point I had already started to transition into full-time VO or thinking about doing VO, so I had gotten some training and had gotten demos and a website and all that kind of stuff and was auditioning regularly. So by the time he gave me the news that my end date was coming soon, I was already working VO, and that just basically I figured one door closed and another one was opening. So that is what inspired me to change to become a full-time voice actor, and that was back in 2011. So December 1st of 2011. So it's been that long since I have been a full-time voice actor, and I just love it. One of the things that was kind of my first big break and an early success was that I had done 3 auditions for one of the casting sites in one day from my office at Film House, and I booked one of them, and it happened to be for an internal training for L'Oreal, and it just kind of told me that, hey, maybe this is what I need to be doing. I'm getting hired regularly. I have a lot of great clients. And it just kind of kept going from there, which was really great. I specialize in mostly e-learning, telephone systems, commercials, automotive. I do a little bit of medical. Those are the kinds of things that I do most of. I do political as well. I like all of those genres a lot. There are a few things that I've thought about branching out into. I do a lot of Voice of God announcements and things for different events, and I love that. I'd like to get into more live announce and actually be on set and be there and kind of get back into the world of production a little bit. That's something I would love to work in. But the genres that I do work in now, I really enjoy the variety, and every day is a new day. When I wake up, I don't know what's coming at me. And I like that. I'll do a sprinkling of phone systems and on-hold messaging mixed in with a couple of local commercials. Next, I'll do an e-learning. Then I'll audition for a whole bunch of commercials and I'll book a few of those. And, it's just, that's the way my day goes. And I love that. I love that no 2 days are ever the same. When it comes to dream clients, when I see auditions for things that really excite me, I think my dream clients happen to be probably brands that I'm familiar with and I love personally. I love Lexus. I have a Toyota now. I used to own a Lexus, but I would love to be the voice of Lexus. I think it's just a wonderful car brand. I love all the people that I've ever worked with, both at dealerships when I've gone in to take my car for service or when I purchased my cars. I really enjoy the company and what they stand for. So I think Lexus would definitely be one of them. I've also been using Oil of Olay since I was in high school, and I get compliments on my skin all the time, and I'm like, well, Oil of Olay. That's just kind of what I attribute it to. Genes and, clean living and all that kind of good stuff probably helps, but Oil of Olay, that's what it's down to. And I would love to voice something for them because I have been loyal to them for a very long time, and it's just a brand I respect, and I would love to lend my voice to. It would be an honor. One of the things that I also really enjoy is hockey. I'm a massive hockey nut. I would really love to do something for the NHL. One of the things that Christi Harst is doing with our Building Doors campaign is to say to people, hey, think of women and voices that you don't hear very often as an idea and an alternative to what you think of when you think of the, quintessential voice of something. And of course, hockey is mostly a male-dominated sport. And I will tell you, since I am a season ticket holder to the Nashville Predators, go Preds, I see as many women at those games as men. I see a huge amount of diversity in the people attending those games, and I would like to represent that with my voice. I think that is probably would be the pinnacle of my success if I got to do something for the NHL. Hockey has this saying, hockey is for everyone, and I feel that if they're going to live out that mission, because they truly believe it, yes, I think as far as players and everything go, and that's great, but I think maybe broadening that to their advertising and hiring people with different voices to represent them is definitely something they should consider. If you're going to say it, let's live it. I think what my voice would lend to that brand is probably authenticity. I truly am a huge hockey fanatic. I know the sport. I get it. I know what the fans feel, and I think that is something that my voice would lend to working for the NHL or Lexus or Oil of Olay or any of these other brands that I truly have a connection to. But, if I get an audition for something that I don't have a direct connection to, I'm a voice actor. I can find that connection that the advertiser's wanting because that's my job. That's what I do. If I love a brand, everybody knows it. People know things about me that are out there. All my friends and colleagues, they know the things I love. That's because I truly love it, and I'm happy to share that information with people. And that's what I bring to the scripts. That's how I connect with my audiences. Finding that love, finding the thing that makes you say, yes, I want to be just as excited or just as concerned or just as outraged, whatever the emotion that the client is needing, I am happy to help provide that and find that connection to make that work. One of the things people say about my voice all the time, and it's part of my branding and it's intentional, is that my voice is very warm. I have that warm motherly sound, but it's also very bright and upbeat and happy and genuine. And I get those two things a lot, which is where my branding came from, which is warm and bright like a ray of sunshine. I have been a sunshine fanatic all my life as far as taking pictures of sunsets and sunrises, and it just makes me happy. And so I use that as my branding because that's who I am deep down inside. I am a very positive outlook person, and I think that comes through in my reads. I get that feedback all the time from my clients. That is something that I hear a lot, is that we loved your pacing, your smile, we loved how happy you were. I think that's what makes a difference for any performance. That's what casting directors are looking for. That's what the end client is listening for. It's that true, genuine connection and care that makes you stand out, and no matter what genre you're doing. For e-learning, I tend to be very professional, and I have that, a very good articulation and diction, which helps with e-learning, and I get that a lot from those clients. When it comes to commercials and things, it's kind of that bright, happy, upbeat, retail-style read that is very popular for what I do. Same with, automotive. Political, I get a lot of your anger is really good. We love that. Be meaner. Okay, well, all right. I consider myself a very nice person, but for some reason for political, they tend to hire me for that hard-hitting, disgusted, I'm scared to death kind of voice. So that works for me. I hear those things all the time from my clients, and I think that just means I have a good connection with what is coming at me. I think something that influences my VO style is, the life experiences I've had with production, understanding how things are put together from a production standpoint. What are the visuals going to be? What are they looking for? What are the words they're using? What types of finished project is it going to be? How is it going to look? And how does our voice help achieve that final product that they're going for? Since I understand the process of film and video production, there's a lot of times that I can create those visual images in my head because I know how I would want to produce it. I look at the words on the page and it comes to life for me. And I think that is something that really influences my VO style and influences how I work. A fun fact that people might not know about me and expect is because of my past job, I have seen every frame of footage that the United States of America owns on World War I. I've been to the National Archives, spent weeks there, seen it all. I had to do it for a very big project. The National Museum of the United States Army is located in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. There's a World War I gallery there, and all the visual images that are seen in the various places within that gallery are things that I did. I helped find all that footage and research it and help put it together for it to be shown to people. So that's kind of a fun and unexpected fact about me, which is very different, but it did lend towards what I do now. It's very visual. I tend to be very visual when it comes to my voice acting. It helps me connect and relate. If my voice were a brand, what would it be known for? Wow, that's a great question. I think sunshine. It would be warm and bright. I mean, I know that's my tagline, and I know it's kind of maybe trite, but that's how I feel. And it truly is me. I think that's what I would be known for. Thanks for checking out my Building Doors podcast episode and for your support of the campaign. If you'd like to work together, you can email me at Christi, Christi, at Christi Bowen, ChristiBowen.com, and visit my website at Christi, Christi, Bowen, Bowen.com to hear more.
Thanks for listening to the Building Doors podcast. Want to hear more? Check out all our episodes at buildingdoorsvo.com/podcast and follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn at buildingdoorsvo. We'd love to hear from you, so call us on our 24/7 hotline at 216-307-1917 and leave us a voicemail with your thoughts. Do you want to support the podcast? Well, we love coffee. Buy us a cup through the link in the description or at buildingdoorsvo.com. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep speaking up, and let's keep building doors together.